Alrighty, we are recording. Hello and welcome. Gotta steal from my favorite other host, Michael Davis, who played season 1. But hello, we are here for the Triumph season 2 cast assessment. We have with us prod members Ali, who is just barely waking up. It is like, what, 6 a.m. for you, love? 6
Yep.
a.m., but Ali's still here to give us the tea and his thoughts on the cast. We also have myself, Megan Humphries, Queen Icon, period. Let's go, slay the boots house down, her.
So much.
And we also have here with us our lovely co-host of the Triumph After Show, which is new starting season 2. We have Sean Dyro and Marcelo. I don't know how to say your last name, but Marcelo.
Guzman.
Guzman?
Yeah.
Oh, like from Elite?
Yeah.
I never saw Elite, but sure, yes.
Like from Elite. Anyway, he's one of my
He's so hot. Oh,
He's so hot. They're all hot. Anyway. So here what we're going to do today is we're going to be, well, for the first time ever, revealing the cast of Triumph Sahara Scorched Land to Sean and Marcelo. But not only are we going to be revealing our lovely 18 cast members to them, we will all be assessing them pre-game, talking about, you know, how we know them, if we do, how we think they're going to do, giving our thoughts on the cast prior to the season starting. So are y'all ready to get started?
Let's do this. I want to see it. Let's go.
Ollie's so ready. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen and we will see the photo of the first cast member of Triumph season 2. Are we ready?
I want to close my eyes. Tell me when to open. This is going to be really exciting.
we're so dramatic.
We are.
He's
3,
literally all.
2, 1. Here we go. Cast member number 1 is lovely Nick Watson. So who would like to go first in giving their thoughts on our friend?
Sean, go.
First of all, bow down. The icon has arrived. I'm speechless. That's how much I love Nick. That's how I love.
I want Nick to go far. Like, I need a Nick win. Nick needs to. Okay, if this is the start of like the cast reveal, I'm here for it. I think Nick is such an incredible player. I've played with them a couple times, like in minis. I played an org with them, but we're not gonna talk about it. But they're amazing, and I really think that they can succeed in this game. So I'm really interested to see, depending on who's on Nick's tribe, I think Nick is here for a long time.
Okay, I
Who's
was waiting for
next?
either Ollie or Megan to talk. But anyways, I'll butt in real quick. Retweet what Marcelo said. I'm not gonna repeat that because that's the same thing I feel. But also Nick will express their feelings if they need to. Very influential player. That's the one thing I love about Nick is that it's either you love them or you hate them. There's no in between.
And they also don't care. Like, they know what they're.
Exactly.
They know what they're thinking and they think what they think. So, good.
Ollie, do you want to give thoughts on Nick?
Yeah. So I've played with Nick before. I know Nick very well. They are a hot mess express. But I don't know why, but I feel like they will probably do quite well this season. I have a feeling. Like, even though they are such a messy player, I feel like they are able to kind of tone it down and kind of do what they need to do in order to like get to the end. So I can see Nick going far with this cast. It's just if he does start going off the rails, he's screwed as anything.
Yeah. They could either be very first boot, not first boot. They could be very early boot or like go all the way. I don't see them in the middle.
Yeah, I completely agree with that sentiment, Ollie. Nick is one of my best friends that I've made in the org community. I actually just recently met Nick in person for the first time, which was great. But I love Nick. I've played with Nick. Nick is very capable of playing one of the best games ever. The thing is that Nick is polarizing. Like we said, you either love them or hate them. I I'm excited for Nick in this cast because I think Nick unfortunately often falls trap to the issue of playing a lot of games where a lot of the people that play they know or have played with a lot of times before or are friends with a lot of times before. And from what I know of Nick and who they interact with, there's very few of those people on this cast, and especially on their tribe, as we'll see on reveal night tomorrow. So I think that Nick is going to do well with a new group of people. Another little fun thing that I just want to say about Nick is the prod team during the casting process, we ended up having this group of people that we had to group together in their own little world, because we called them the crackheads. And we were deciding, like how many crackheads can we afford on this cast kind of thing. And I'm pretty sure Nick was like the number one crackhead that we picked. We were like, we want Nick to be one of our crackheads on this cast. Like out of our group of like 5 crackheads, Nick was number 1. So they are a crackhead, they're crazy. But I think that's really exciting and I can't wait to see what they do in Triumph. Yeah.
Yay, Nick.
Any other thoughts on Nick?
No.
Good luck and don't fuck it up.
See.
Alrighty, let me pull up the next person's picture really quickly. Hopefully it'll get a little faster as I get used to doing this. But we shall see.
Good start to the cast reveal. Good start. I'm excited.
Yes.
I mean, I thought I'd put like an iconic person at the start.
Yeah, like me.
We had to.
Missy comes back for redemption.
Missy.
Gets blindsided. Love you. Love you, Missy.
Robbed at live night.
You
Hey,
robbed
come
her.
on.
You robbed her.
I did.
Y'all stop. Y'all are crazy. I'm gonna share the picture of the next cast member number 2. If we are ready, here we go. Cast member number 2 is Josh Wishnow. I think I'm saying his last name correctly, but Josh W is how people refer to him. For anyone on this call who may not know Josh doesn't play many orgs at all, but I know Josh has played Cutthroat, is one of his major orgs that he's played. I don't know of any others he's played. Yeah, anyone want to give thoughts on Josh?
Do we know how fast? Or
No.
not how fast? Do we know
Okay.
how far he went in Cutthroat?
Oh God, Jeremy just went out to smoke. Jeremy would know, but I think he got 6th or 7th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then he's good. Because Cutthroat is, yeah, I have no knowledge of this person. I don't know who he is. Great cast photo, looks cool. Yeah, I really don't know. And it's funny because like when you don't know someone, like you either think that they're gonna be like in the first couple boots, but he could honestly like if he got 6th place in Cutthroat, like he obviously has a social game, a strategic game. And
He also played Cutthroat All-Stars. He was an early boot in Cutthroat All-Stars. And the information that I have about it from Jeremy, who was on his tribe at the start of Cutthroat All-Stars and played with him in season 4, was that he was a little inactive in All-Stars. So not sure if, what his schedule's looking like, but I know he doesn't play orgs that often. So hoping that he'll be active this time around, considering this wasn't like an invite game like Cutthroat All-Stars was. It was you had to apply and ask to play basically. So I'm hoping that means he'll be around and he'll be active. But from what I've gotten from Jeremy about him, since he's played with him twice now, is that he's a little game body, but he's also kind of out there with his personality. I know Josh will be like flirty with people sometimes, so like who knows, he may try to use that to his advantage. But I know that he also is like more of a strategic player and a game bot. So I think if he has the right activity level and doesn't like rub anyone the wrong way for any reason, like by just being like annoying or whatever, I think he could make it a really deep run in this game. I think he's a very strong player from what I've heard of him.
Will he make the first showmance of Triumph history? Probably.
Probably.
Who knows?
He has already tried to flirt. Well, he is one of our token straight males.
Yeah, we have a couple
So,
straight males.
I figured he was straight from the.
Yeah.
Oh, he's also from Maryland.
Where Megan is not anymore. Yeah, Josh's interview was interesting. Like, I kind of appreciated his point of view when he was kind of talking, when we were giving like the scenarios out. I was very intrigued about how he would play. He's kind of another one for me. I can see him doing well up until a point.
Yes.
I
Mhm.
feel like he will get to a certain point and then that's when he's going to struggle. Just because of, I can see that maybe his issue will be, what's the word? Like minimizing his threat level. So like he'll get to a point where then he will struggle to hide the target that he will put on his back.
He's giving me
feel like
Tyler
a-
vibes
Ooh,
Tyler.
Tyler season
From-
1.
from OG Kalina.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
can see that
He was
happening.
giving me Lamar vibes.
Yeah, I was gonna say I could see him being kind of Tyler personality wise and gameplay wise, because Tyler was also very strategic, but like make it farther. And
Yeah.
I was gonna say get a placement such as Lamar's placement, like 7th or something. Like I agree with Ali. His threat level might get too
Blindside at live night. No, I can sense that. I'm interested to see how he plays because if he's the token straight, we can see like what he's gonna do to
Well,
know.
one of them.
one
One
of
of
the token straights.
What's up, bro?
Alrighty.
I'm done.
Good.
Final thoughts on Josh? On Josh?
Good luck.
Yo, bro. I'm sorry.
Not bad.
This is getting me. It's really good.
Alrighty, let me pull up the cast picture for the next cast member.
This is why we all think he's like Lamar, just because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Lamar, we love
you,
you.
Lamar.
I love him.
Cost you the vote. Cost you the
Uh,
win.
Sean, the answer to that is no, that is not the, and I'll be straight up honest with this, because he'll know it and he'll see it in the cast assessment postseason, but he already knows it. The person who we're thirsting over is not Josh W. We will let you know who the person is that we are thirsting over. I mean, I have a boyfriend and I just moved in with him, but it's not that serious, because this man, I swear.
Oh my god, I'm excited.
Okay.
Wait, is this a foreign man?
No.
No,
But that
it's
is
not
not
me.
it's always
Got
Ollie.
you.
Ollie's always who we're thirsting over, but
I'm always flirting with everyone though, so I've pre-warned like half the cast.
oh yeah, Ollie's already making his mark. But anyway, the man we are thirsting over is actually not who we are sharing next, but I do have our next cast member, and it is our first woman on the cast. So
That's the women.
here we go. Our next cast member is Amanda Durley.
Okay.
Oh, fucking queen. Okay, can I start? Because I have
Please
so
start.
much. I love Amanda with my entire heart. She is gonna do well because that's just naturally what Amanda does. Like Amanda naturally just somehow integrates herself so well in the tribe and just gets far. I know she's good. So she is from the UK, and she kind of has the similar humor to me. So I can see her doing well socially. She's not the best physically, so I know she's going to struggle, but I know she's going to commit. That is what Amanda does. Amanda doesn't give up, and she will make her solid 2-3 bonds that she knows will keep her safe. I can
Does
see
she
her
have
going
solo
to-
cups?
Yes.
Good.
Yes, she does.
Oh my goodness.
We're not doing a
Oh.
Callum situation. She has solo cup.
And a ping
solo
pong
Um,
ball.
because we all know that you cannot purchase solo cups in the UK. They just simply don't exist there.
They don't.
Number one, they do, because I have them. And number two, Sean, she is 36 years
Okay.
young.
The only reason why I asked is because when the picture popped up, she gave me Missy vibes. I feel like
Yeah.
she'd be the mother of the game. And knowing Missy's personality, and you're already saying she has this personality where everyone would just gravitate towards her. That's what everyone did in season 1. Everyone gravitated towards Missy. I feel like she'd be this very like, I feel like she'd get blindsided. I feel like that's her
I see that
elimination.
too.
I see her getting blindsided because of the social threat that she's gonna be.
I feel like she's gonna link. I feel like I can sense her linking up with someone like Missy and Rocky did. Like I can see her like link up with like another person who, I mean, we haven't seen everyone. So like this is the third person, but I feel like she's gonna link up with someone, and maybe she's not. Maybe she's gonna like the strategy for Survivor is not get like a big alliance. Like you want those people, you want your number one, you want your number two, and then you want to make sure that you have those people. And if she's good socially, if she's good strategically, and also physical, doesn't matter. Like you can be like, it's fine if like you lose a challenge because you just got to use your social game to get through it. So if she's a social queen, I'm excited to see what she does with this game.
No, like if you saw her track record, you would be like, how is she so consistent in games?
Yeah.
And then you watch her play and you go, now I see.
Yeah, I didn't know of Amanda before this casting process either, but just like in following her project and her interview, like at one point she shared, she was like, yeah, I'm in the top 5 of this game right now, final 5 or whatever, like consistently gets to the end game portion of the game. So, I could see that being the same kind of case for her here in Triumph. I just think just from her picture, she looks like welcoming and someone you want to talk to and communicate with. So I could see her getting far in the end game like she has in games past. I think from what I've listened to a little bit, she seems to be sort of like a loyalist, and almost maybe to a fault, to where I think like maybe her downfall in the game might be that she ends up being loyal to a person who in the end doesn't end up being loyal to her. I guess like you could say, Sean, kind of like Rocky and Missy, Rocky being like, okay, I'll let her go. I could see it being that kind of case where she ends up, getting kind of fucked over by her number one, because at one point, like y'all said, she just becomes too dangerous. But I'm still excited to see her play because, like, again, to me, this is a new person, so I love seeing new people play and see what they do with the game.
Yeah.
And she's an icon.
Yeah.
And a woman. We love women.
We stand.
We love when we can get women.
Wait, can I ask this question? How many women are in this cast?
5.
More than we had.
We have increased our numbers for every sort of underrepresented population for an org. We have increased those numbers almost double in all facets this season. Yep.
That's amazing.
No shade, no tea, no shade. Let's just hope none of them quit. Love you, Jen, but let's hope none of them quit.
Let's hope nobody quits. Any final comments on Amanda?
Can't wait to see her slay.
Icon.
Alrighty. I will get the next person's picture.
I'm not closing my eyes for the It's dramatic 1 and 2. Okay.
Please, I'm enjoying the dramatics.
Oh, okay.
Alrighty, Ruru. I'm opening it up. I'm gonna have to plug my computer in too. That sucks. Alrighty, cast member number. What are we on now? 4?
Yes.
3.
4, yeah.
Oh, 4. 4.
Right.
Sorry.
Not Sean for getting straight, man.
Cast member number 4 is Brian. I think it's De Leon. I'm awful at the pronunciation of the last names, but here we have
Brian De Leon.
Brian De Leon, yes. Who wants to go first for Brian? I'm gonna plug my phone in really fast. Don't mind me.
Sean, go. You got excited.
I don't know. He's just a king. I've never seen him play an org. I only know he's Filipino. That's why I already love him. Another Filipino in the cast. Anyways, I don't know what else to say about him other than the fact that he's very popular in the Facebook org community. So maybe he might know people in this. I don't know.
If he's famous or if he's popular in the Facebook, like I think if people know who you are, but also don't know where they know you from, like that could be dangerous. He seems welcoming. I see like a strong personality, like social game aspect. I don't know, maybe his prod chat is, maybe he's not that, but like if he's popular and he has what it takes, like I don't know who he is, but he seems very cool. And if I saw this photo, I'd be like, oh, I want to talk to this person. So I think he might be a welcoming presence.
Right. Brian was one of our early casting decisions. Fun fact, he was cast and then he dropped out. And then we moved the date back just for scheduling issues, and we let him know, and straight away he went, "No, I'm back in. That completely works for me."
Yep.
So we're very excited to have him, because he generally at one point was like, "Nope, I can't do this,"
Yeah, I think
just because of his own schedule.
he was gonna have a vacation from like the 6th to the 13th or something like that, or 6th.
Yeah,
So when we had the start date as last
the
weekend,
7th.
the 7th, he
Oh,
was
right.
like, look, I don't want to miss the first crucial important days of an org, you know, the first couple days, I don't want to miss out on that, so I'll have to drop. And then when the date got moved, he was immediately like, I'm back in it. So I mean, that just goes to show that like even if he's like, he doesn't want to be busy for the first couple rounds, because he wants to be active. I also
That's good.
Yeah, I also know that Brian does not play much. I know he hosts, Brian has hosted me, Brian has hosted Sean Dyro, and in Pro Survivor.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah, so Brian is
right.
one of the production members of Pro Survivor, and Pro Survivor was the first Survivor org I ever played. So like one of my first ever hosting experiences, and Brian was on the prod team, and I loved him on the prod team. He's fun, he's funny, he's like friendly, easy to get along with, easy to get down with. I think, you know, getting in with the right people, he'll have a really good social game. I'm not sure where his strategic game is, because I haven't really seen him play before. So I could see him either getting like a middle of the road early merge boot, or even making it all the way to the end, just depending on how he does with the strategic aspect.
Yeah.
I watched him just recently play iSurvivor, and he is really good at going crazy when he needs to. The way that I describe Brian is like a swan. He looks really calm and composed, like on the outside, he's there kind of just chilling, just vibing, but like under the surface, like he's kicking, going crazy, like figuring stuff out. And like every once in a while, you'll kind of see him go a little bit crazy, and it's like, huh? But then he'll just kind of go back to being calm. And I know he got 7th in iSurvivor, so he has got the stuff to kind of make it far in the game. So I'm very excited to see him play.
Survivor games are very difficult to play. So if you can make it far, if you can make it to like top 7, like it's not the pre-merge. Everyone's like, oh my god, the merge is. John, you are robotic.
Yeah.
Bitch, what?
hello. How
Anna and Elsa called you are frozen.
now?
Not Anna, also called you are frozen. Sean Love, find yourself some new Wi-Fi real quick.
Yeah. Shall we move on? Has anyone got anything
wait.
else to say about
Sean,
Brian?
you're good now. Don't worry. But yeah, I was saying like it's hard to do that. But yeah, no, I think he looks promising, and I can see him like in because what I was gonna say is everyone's like, oh, the merge is like the most tense part. No, bitch, pre-merge is hard. Pre-merge is like very difficult to get through, and once you get to the merge, you're just kind of like still hard, but like the
I
pre-merge.
should be saying that. I should be saying the pre-merge is hard to get through. You sat the fuck down and didn't do anything the pre-merge. But no,
Wow.
You're right.
He's good.
Was that everything? Sorry, was that everything we had for Brian?
Yeah.
Pictured out?
Yes.
Let me pull up the order back again. Sorry, I moved on my phone. After Brian. Oh, I'm gonna need to go first for this one. I'm gonna just say it.
Oh God.
I'm going first on this one.
Is
Anyway.
this thirst?
No, but I'm going first because I'll explain. All
I
right.
think I know who it is.
I feel like it's someone that make it.
Huh, Sean?
Girl.
I think it's someone that's not as ecstatic as him.
Let's look. I'm scared.
Alrighty, our cast member number, I think this is
5.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes.
Is Steven Tyler, the lead singer of Aerosmith. Just kidding. But this is in fact, he goes by Stevie Tyler. I'd like to go first. I don't know who this man's is. I don't know if anyone knows who this man's is, but he just played recently his very first org ever. And I read his boot post because he got first boot And I was like, what does that mean? Is that a good thing or bad thing? This man got first boot in the first org he ever played because within the first 3 days of the game, he made alliances with every single person on his tribe. He tried to do a blindside on one of the most popular people on the tribe, and it didn't work. And then he got fucking first boot. This man is iconic. I love the fuck out of him. He's crazy. I hope he doesn't get first boot because I just know he's going to be a fucking insane, chaotic. I love him. Like reading his boot post, I was like, any person that gets first boot for doing too much in 3 days is an icon in my mind. So I just hope he makes it past the first round in his second ever org because I think he's amazing just from seeing literally just how he did in his last org. So that are my thoughts on Stevie Tyler. I don't know if anyone else wants to.
Okay, 3 things. One, when he popped up, I was like, is that Jesus? Second, love the name. Also love this vibe. I feel like this man is like the type where he's selling you like a cruise. Like he like is the commercial of a cruise. And third, I want to know where the hell I want to read this boot post. And number 2, like this man, my first ever org that I ever played, I made alliances with everyone and their mother and their grandmother and Margaret from Walmart. And like I got caught like 8 days and I got evicted like 4th. If this man is anything like I was in my first org, oh honey, we are ready for an express train to the top. I want this man to give life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I have no idea who he is. I don't know what he's giving, but he's giving me everything, and I want him to go far. He's giving me like what I want him to be the Mike of the season, like the chill, relaxed guy, because Mike was that. But I'm sensing like him giving me like, I don't even know. He's giving me like extra, like Alexa play E.T. by Katy Perry because he's giving me like extraterrestrial. I don't know what it is. He is, I don't know. I'm talking because he looks iconic and I'm actually have no idea who this man is. He fully could not be anything I just said, but I want him.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm very excited to Stevie. His energy when he was doing his interview was so infectious. And he kept calling it, he stopped saying org. He never said org. He said
ORG.
ORG.
Yeah.
ORG. And I was like,
knew that he says ORGs.
Yeah, ORGs. And I was like, love you. Yeah, I feel like he's very enthusiastic, which from a prod perspective is what we want. So I don't see him getting first boot. I'm praying he doesn't get first boot again. He is a flight attendant.
Yes.
So
and
hopefully
I wanted to add that in there as well. Because I said this in prod and casting as well too, but I think that like a flight attendant is one of the best jobs to play the game of Survivor because you are used to dealing with the absolute worst of people, as well as dealing with people from all different walks of life and backgrounds. So I just think like being a flight attendant gives somebody like an edge to the game of Survivor. So I wanted to bring that up too. Thank you, Ali.
Yeah, and I think if he doesn't do too much too quickly, I think he'll be all right. I'm not gonna lie, I love him. I don't see him winning,
No,
but I do see him being entertaining.
I see him being
that is for sure.
Great character and probably
like,
the most memorable for the season.
Is it bad that he gives me, I wouldn't say like the same vibes, but like the way that y'all are already describing him, I feel like he'd be like an Andrew, but more entertaining and more like, I want to be friends with you after the game vibe kind of game player.
Yes.
But I don't want to see him first boot. We need entertainment people.
I know, and we need to give him a good redemption because his first org, he got first boot, and like I don't want him to get first boot again. I want him to stay in the org community. I think he's iconic.
what was the org?
Ali, do you remember the name of it? Because I know I looked up the boot post before.
No. Can't remember. Long time ago.
Hold on, let me just pull up the apps really fast and see if he said it in there. Give me a hot second. I'm sorry. I'm doing like 20 different things.
So Marcella, what you eating?
A rat.
Would you?
Was it
Wow, dead. Should we take Stevie's icon
Yeah.
off?
Hold on, sorry. I'll pull up the next picture while I figure out the game that Stevie played, and I'll text you guys the game name so you can look.
And do we know? I want to know who the popular person on his tribe that he tried to blindside was.
Also,
oh,
Meg, have you seen who's up?
huh? Yeah, no. Okay, are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for this one?
I'm scared,
Yeah.
but yeah.
This is the man I'm going to marry.
Oh,
Not my boyfriend, just kidding. But this is one of the most beautiful men I've ever seen in my life, and he knows everyone thinks he's beautiful. Next cast member is Jackson Miller. We have another hot Jackson in the cast. Yes, in fact, we do. I'm finding Stevie's game so I can share it with you guys. So someone else do Jackson first.
I
Sean,
will
I feel like we're
start.
thinking the same thing. Go ahead, Ollie.
Jackson is so lovely. Like, half of the interview was just myself, Meg, and Courtney just flirting with him, even though he's fully straight. I literally said to him, I will turn him minimum bisexual. Probably won't happen, but I will. It's worth a shot. No, but he is genuinely one of the nicest people I've actually met. When he was talking in his interview, like, he's only 24, but kind of the brain he has
He's brilliant.
is not that of a 24-year-old. Like, he has a lot of, he's got it going on in his brain. Like, he is very wired on, and I think strategically he's going to do extremely well. I think if he's able to mitigate how big of a threat he could be, I can see him doing very well. This is going to sound so egotistical, but I can see a lot of my subtle gameplay in Jackson. When I'm not being too loud, I can see how I would play similar to Jackson. And he's hot. Did we mention he's really hot?
He's hot. I can go next because I do know Jackson. I'm going to just like fully say that it's my doing that he's playing the season. I'm going to take full credit for this. I did play Double Cross 9 with Jackson. I believe Double Cross 9 was either his first or second org, and I don't think he's played many since. So he's still technically a relative newbie, I think, to the org community overall because he has not played many. Jackson was one of the best players in Double Cross 9. I know that like after the season, seeing what the production thought and what the viewers thought, he was like one of the favorite contenders to win. He was in the winners like contender edgic for a large portion of the game. Jackson does very well socially, strategically, and physically. He literally is a triple threat. The reason he got booted in Cutthroat was due to like an unfortunate situation that was like kind of out of his hands, but not really. So like, I'm interested to see him play a game where something unfortunate and like random doesn't happen, because had that not happened, I think he could have won the entire game in Double Cross. And I think that like out of like anyone that I know and have seen play before on this cast that I can like give an assessment of in terms of their gameplay, I think Jackson is the one that I know of that probably has the most winner potential. I think that he's sweet, he's charming, people are gonna love looking at him. Because we mentioned he's hot. He can do a backflip. He loves his grandmother. Like he's like a all-American type of boy. And
yeah.
So that's gonna like get well with people, and he's gonna get in good socially, but he's also very smart strategically. And then he can win immunities to save his ass, I think, if he's in trouble. So I really do think Jackson could be one of the strongest winner contenders. And yeah, I'm rooting for him amongst a lot of other people, but yeah.
Okay. Very vibes, but like, watch out, I might kick your ass at the same time. But please, there's long hair under that fucking hat, because I saw his DC9 photo and I'm like, ow, ow.
So read things. 1, he's hot. 2, he's hot. 3, he's hot. Another thing. This man literally, you put that picture up and I immediately was like, oh, it's Jackson Lamar from last season. Like, it's fully like, That's like the vibe I'm slowly getting because like his name's Jackson. Like he's a sporty person. God, Jackson Lamar. Anyway, but I feel like, oh my God, did you say he played? Wait, he played double cross, not cutthroat, right?
Not Cutthroat. He played Double Cross. I don't know if he's played any other orgs either.
Oh no, you just said cutthroat when you were talking about double cross, so I didn't know. But
I must have
you're
missed.
good.
Yeah, he played Double Cross.
But I'm interested to see like if he's giving like if he's a triple threat, like I think he'll be good for the pre-merge, and then once you get into the merge, it's just going to be like people are going to clock him at the merge if he makes it that far, and he's just going to have to mitigate his threat level and try to make his social game as top as possible.
For sure.
Yeah, I think he is one of the people that we I think production would be extremely shocked if he went out pre-merge.
Yeah.
Just because of he will be a physical asset for his tribe. And I think he will be able to get in with the right people in order to do well and make it towards merge. And then from there, we just see if he's able to mitigate his threat level. And did we mention he's fucking hot?
I don't think you did.
And so I just double checked his org history. So Jackson still has only played 2 orgs up to this point. So Double Cross was his first org. And then he also played Paranoia. And he played Austin's House, which is a Big Brother Alias game, which is not like a real org. So he's played 2 like real full orgs. So again, still relatively new to the community. I think that Jackson would be capable of managing his threat level because I've seen him do it in Double Cross. He was almost given mayor of Ponderosa, and then he like wasn't going to get voted out other than like the unfortunate circumstance, and he ended up getting 8th, I think, instead of like 12th, which was like what he was. So like he saved himself at the merge boot and then like got back in good to where he wasn't even going to be voted out for 8th, but then something shitty happened and he was. So I think he will be capable of managing his threat level, but that will definitely be his biggest obstacle for sure.
What trying to think.
You can take the icon off as well, by the way.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. I had a question, but whatever. Also, really good.
We
picture
probably
of
had an
DC9.
answer.
You probably did. Anyway, I'll think.
Any last thoughts on Jackson Miller before I get to our next cast member, who's going to be number 1?
Sean, what's your thought?
He's very hot.
Yeah, he's hot.
Yeah. Production will be fighting over him.
And
I'll joke,
the
just
after
a
show
fact.
will be fighting for him.
If you're watching this postseason, Jackson, I'm sorry, it feels like we're objectifying you, but you've got all the good genes. You're a beautiful man. But I think you
Please
know
be
what
my
it is.
friend. Please
All
be
right.
friends.
Moving on to our next cast member, someone else I think that Ollie and I are very excited for. Cast member number 7. Here we go. Her name is Kelly San Martin. Who would like to go first?
I want to go first. Oh no, Ollie go first. I'll go second.
Okay, Ollie, go first. Tell us the story of how we got Kelly on this season.
So, number 1, I love Kelly with all my heart. I have been messaging her over Instagram. So, Queen Courtney, we were trying so hard to find some people to apply. Courtney went on Instagram and there was a random couple survivor posts and Kelly had commented on them. And Courtney literally just out on a limb messaged her and was like, hey, I'm part of Triumph. It's a Facebook like Skype game org. Would you be interested? And she was like, yeah, sure, go for it. And we managed to get her. This will be her first ever org. She's never played an org. She is from Spain. But I am rooting for her. I want her to do so well. As much as I love her, she is very much a wild card. I could see her going out extremely early because she's not aware of the commitment levels that is required. But she is someone that I want to see do so well because I just love her.
Also, I want to say,
her photo is iconic.
correct me if I'm wrong, Ollie, but I do believe, because I did listen to Kelly's entire interview, Kelly did mention that she has played kick games, correct? In the past before?
Yes, she played a kick game that she won.
So she's new to orgs, but she kind of has an idea of just like what it takes to communicate with people online about a game. Yeah, I believe the kick game was a while ago based on how she shared it, her experience. But yeah, so Kelly's 25 from Spain. I listened to her entire interview. I got amazing vibes from her. Her social, like, for somebody who'd never heard of orgs before getting a random Instagram DM from this girl, Courtney, who had never even heard of this shit before, she has an amazing insight into gameplay, into strategy. Listening to her talk about what she would do in different scenarios was amazing. Like I know you said this earlier about Amanda, but I fully got Missy vibes from her in the sense that like she looks like she doesn't know what she's doing because she's so new, but I think she just has that natural instinct to play an org and to do well. And I think she's going to be that great combination of like social friendly and loyal, but also like cutthroat when need be, and like I'll make a move if I need to. I think if she is able to keep up with the activity level in the beginning of the game, which I think she will, because she has been pretty active on Skype when we message her. But I think if she's able to keep up with the activity level in the beginning and make those beginning bonds, I could also see her being kind of like a winner contender, because she kind of does have like the full package, and she's unknown. And people who are unknown and have never played an org before tend to do well in their first orgs.
Because they don't have that pre-existing reputation or connections.
She is giving me life. This photo is everything. I have no idea what to expect from her, but I want her to win. I want her to go far. Like if she doesn't win, I want her to at least go I want her to join Sean in the 4th place club. Like I just she gives me she just gives me such like vibes. I don't know what it is. Like she's approachable, I think. And it's also good that she hasn't played Nord, because I feel like people are going to be like, oh, this is how you do it, and like take her under their wing. And maybe like she doesn't even like, she can be cutthroat. I'm excited. I want to see what she does. If
sorry to interrupt you there. I was going to say, just on that, on that, she did say she knows in her interview, she said that she knows people are probably going to underestimate her because she's never done an org, and she's going to expect people to kind of be like let me take you under my wing and all this, and she said she's going to let people do that.
Good.
And then when she needs to, she's just going to cut whoever she needs to. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, you are lovely.
I'm really excited to see Kelly play. I think she has a lot of potential. I just want to point out, Sean, I guess you've resorted to texting because of your Wi-Fi lag. But I do just want to say out loud what Sean said in the chat. Sean thinks that Kelly and I'm guessing Josh W, because you're saying bro boy from this move.
No, Jackson.
Or Jackson. Jackson or Josh?
Oh no, Josh.
Sean thinks that Kelly and Josh are going to be in a showmans.
No.
Right now, they're gonna be a show.
I could see Kelly utilizing a token straight man to her advantage in this game. I could see it turning into a case where like the token straight man ends up like really enjoying her because she just seems like to be magnetic, and then she's just like, well, I'm just using you for this game, and then votes them out at some point. So I mean, hey, if Josh W is the kind to fall for that, I would be all for it, for the drama and the entertainment. I would love to see a Triumph showmans.
I mean, there's going to be a Triumph showmance with me and the next castaway, to be honest.
Ooh.
Well, any last thoughts from Sean or anyone else?
Wait, Sean, you said that you recognize her? That she looks familiar?
When her face popped up, I was like, wait a minute. And then Megan goes, oh yeah, she played a kick game before. And I'm like, there's a chance that I probably had played a kick game with her. So
there we go. Nice. Yeah, very excited to have her as a find. Shout out to Courtney. Thank you, Courtney. Courtney and I were DMing random people on Instagram. Courtney's the only one to get positive responses from that. So I guess, that just goes to show that Courtney's a much better player than me.
Got negative responses?
Courtney got the Instagram. I got the messenger.
That's true. Just to confirm, Ollie, the next cast member, because I don't know them. Red shirt, is that correct? In the
Yes.
picture? Okay, got you.
Yes.
All righty.
Yes. The person I'm going to heavily flirt with, possibly more than Jackson.
Okay,
I'm
cast
scared.
member number 8. All righty, here we go. Cast member number 8. Here we go, is Marvin. And I don't know how to say Marvin's last name, but next is
Virgos.
Marvin. So who would like to talk first about Marvin?
I'll go first. Marvin and I played org together. It was on Facebook. It was super cracked. It was called Survivor Superfans. And it was like a one world season. Yeah, I know. But Marvin, I mean, I didn't vote. Like, something I learned about Marvin is if you vote for him, he's gonna find out who voted for him, and he's gonna be like, he's gonna come for you. But I really like Marvin a lot. I think he's a strong player. I've heard his track record in orgs. I don't know. I know from like 2 of them. I know that because one of his friends is one of like my best friends in the org community, Rachel Roth, and Rachel spoke very highly of Marvin when we were playing Superfans. So I think he's going to do really well. He is a social player. He's strategic. I think he is more strategic than he is social, but I'm excited to see if he can like ramp up his social game in this game. I'm excited for Marvin. Marvin is a king, so I'm rooting for him.
Megan?
Yeah, so I don't know Marvin actually, which is weird. I know because like I know Marvin kind of hangs out with the same circle of people that like I kind of see sometimes. So I have absolutely no basis on what to say on Marvin. I'm just going based off of like, you know, first impressions. And I'm gonna say Marvin gets the last pre-merge boot, and I don't know why. I don't have a basis for it, but I just have a feeling he's going to be robbed of merge and he's going to be the last one to go. Just like Sam, RIP Sam, my favorite Triumph cast member of history, will never change. But yeah, I don't know anything about Marvin. I'm excited to see him play. I think he's going to get last pre-merge boot. I don't know why.
I agree with Megan only because I played a mini with him, and like I know mini and orgs are like kind of different because of the pace, but he plays too hard too fast sometimes, and it gets the best of him. And if he plays it like that, if he plays the game he played in that mini in this game, it's gonna bite him in the ass.
First of all, Meg, can you please move the mouse cursor away from my husband's face? Thank you very much. I adore Marvin. We are gonna become the showmans of Triumph. I just love him. Kind of plain and simple. He is Air Force. He's currently deployed somewhere in Africa. I can't remember. Oh, it's gonna bug me now because we were having this conversation because we're both on the same time frame. It's another reason why I love him. But I've seen Marvin play a couple of games and I've seen him be very chill, kind of very under the radar. And I think if he plays like that, he'll do very well within this cast. Because I think he will just be able to kind of be the number that people need him to be and kind of get, like, he will use people to help him get to merge and kind of just coast there. And then if he can make it to merge, I think he'll start to kind of appear and be really good. I want him to do really well. Yeah, I love him. That's about it. Marvin, when you watch this, I'm so sorry for how like creepy I'm gonna sound.
He gives me like Ed vibes. Not like really, but I just wanted to say that.
It gives me like a mixture of Ed and Mike, but more like less game body.
Yeah. He's not fully game body, but I know he will play when he needs to. And he's hot for me.
Oh my god.
He's cute, yeah.
Alrighty. Any last
Like I said, I'm flirting with like half of the cast.
Ollie just cares about getting beautiful people, but it's fine because everyone's beautiful.
Also, fun fact: I did recruit him,
Yeah.
which
Ollie
you're
got
not
a
shocked
good bit of
about.
the people in this cast, which is really awesome.
I recruited him because he is on my list of people I wanted to play.
Alrighty. Next up, cast member number 9 is, some of you may recognize this person, our lovely friend Seb Cordero.
Oh my
We would like to talk about Seb, as his shirt so perfectly says his name.
God, I will talk about
Fucking
Seb.
Sebastian.
Oh my God, I love Seb so much. I want Seb to win. I want Seb to have the same experience I had. I want him to go all the way to the end. I want him to. Seb needs a win, and I think Seb. I've seen Seb play a couple of games, and he's very social. This man like loves to talk, and he's very chill, relaxed, and just like vibes only. So I'm a huge Seb stan. This is a Seb stan account. He is giving me Marcelo from Triumph Season 1 vibes. He is giving me, he's gonna, you know, I hope he does, I hope none of these people, because I am the only one in Triumph history. I have the most immunity wins out of anyone in Triumph history. So I don't want anyone to beat me. I have 3. I can't have anyone beat me. People can tie me, but like I held a record. As of right now. Come on. But no, Seb, I think the world of Seb, and I think he is just gonna, I think Triumph is the perfect game for him. I think he's very much, and with this group of people, he's very presentable and he is very gregarious. He's very social. He's very approachable. So I'm here for Seb. Seb, when you watch this back after, I am ready for you to slay. Thank you.
I'd like to talk about Seb really quickly next. So Seb, I know a little bit of just from recently, but I've never like viewed him in a game or watched him play a game. I know he has done well, but I haven't seen him play a game. But listening to his interview for Triumph, I was like, out of everyone, one of the most impressed by was Seb talking about the game. I don't know, like if y'all who've played with me before know this, but like in games I've played recently in the past couple months since my org break, I've had like a certain strategy, and the way that, and it's been working well for me. I've been doing well in these games that I've played recently. And Seb kind of explained that almost exact strategy in his interview. Like his plan was to have, you know, a good couple of people around him as like meat shields to help be the threats in front of him. You know, he's talked a lot about managing his threat level, you know, making sure that he's in good with everybody, but not that, you know, everybody knows that he's in good with everybody, making it kind of secretive, like, and that's exactly how I've been playing my orgs recently. And it's like really exciting to me because it's so strategic, and I never knew him to be such a strategic person, but I think he is one of the most strategically inclined people on our cast. So I'm also really excited to see Seb play. I'm really excited to see like his brain kind of work and like all the gears turning and see what he does. And I hope it goes well for him. You know, I could see Seb getting like a 4th place, if not, you know, making it to the finale, possibly 4th or 5th if he gets cut before finale.
Oh, Sebastian. Oh, Sebastian. I love my little brother Seb. I played YouTube Survivor with him, where both of us made it to the final 3, where we competed in a wall sit for an hour, and he was trying so hard, bless him, to make me drop, and I was like, no. And I did vote him out because I knew if I'd taken him to the end, he would have beaten me so much harder than I actually got beaten. Seb, I feel like, will be underestimated. He can be very physical. Like, he literally did a wall sit with me for almost an hour, and wall sits aren't easy. Like, me being a dancer, I know how taxing that is on your body. So I will, like, when he needs to be, he can be physical. My thing with Seb is he kind of mentioned that he doesn't like pre-existing relationships and like all that stuff. But when I saw him play YouTube Survivor, he was very close to 2 people because of previous games. And I've recently seen that he has played with a group of friends. So I'm interested to see if he does just stick with friends or if he does kind of branch out. Because I would love to see Seb play for himself.
Yeah.
And that's all I'll say on Sebastian.
Listen, when you see Seb in a game, you gotta praise him, because the one thing I love watching Seb play is how passionate he is with the org he's playing.
Yes.
Like, he could admire about Seb is if he plays a game, he's very passionate about it. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
He's
And I
giving
just-
like, oh, go ahead, Megan.
I was just gonna say, to point out the passion that he has, it's already been evident, because Seb was an alternate for this season. And as an alternate, he had already gotten in all of his materials before he was even like actually offered a spot within the season.
Before even like half the cast members. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, we had alternates send in their information, like, so we wouldn't be like begging them at the last second if we needed them. But I just think like, because he was so on top of it and like ready, even as an alternate to play and to get his stuff in, I think that just goes to show the passion that he does have for the org that he's playing at the time. So I think he'll be in it.
Ollie said something really interesting that Seb's probably going to get underestimated. And there was someone in season 1 who was very underestimated, and they fully made it all the way to the end and got runner-up. But like,
oh, that's so nice to talk about Courtney like that.
Courtney or Rocky, but it's you again.
No, it's me.
The narcissism.
Seb is it's true. Seb is such like, he's such like a, I love Seb so much. I have so many things to say about Seb, but we're not gonna pick it. But like, I want Seb to go very far.
Catch the confessionals titled "What's the Tea with Sebastian C?"
Period. If he
I'm
does
dead.
that, I'd
Right,
cry.
Meg, move on.
All
What's the
right.
tea with Seb C?
Thank you, Seb. We talked about you for a long time, Seb. Alrighty. Ooh, I'm excited for this next one. This is one of my next personal favorites on a personal level. So I'm really excited for this player. The 10th cast member of Triumph, Sahara Scorched Land, is Chris Stoner. Stoner, my man.
Oh my god.
Who would like to go first for Stoner?
Is he the one that just played Paranoia?
Yes, he just got
Yeah.
voted out of Paranoia a couple days ago. Okay, I'll start.
Okay.
I love Stoner. Stoner is one of those where he's either going to be hit or miss. He's either going to have a really great game and make it fairly far and get like 6th, 7th, or 8th. Or he's either going to be a total flop and he's going to get a very early pre-merge boot. Either way, I don't care. I love him. I love that he's playing the season. Chris Stoner actually applied for season 1, was not cast, and was very sad about not being cast. So I'm really excited to see him play season 2. I'm excited he applied again. I worry a little bit about his activity level, but I think he's been picking that up lately in the games he's been playing recently, more than he has before. And yeah, Stoner's another crackhead. Like he's a stoner. Like he literally named himself Stoner. He's always fucking high. I love it. That's why I love him. We'll see if that goes well with this cast and if they are 420 friendly or not. I hope that they are. But yeah, I mean, I'm always a Stoner stan. Even if he does not do well, it's going to be fun to watch him because he's always fun and funny and he's crazy.
Yeah.
Stoner. Oh my god. Chris Stoner. I've seen Chris Stoner in 3 games already. I saw him in Cutthroat, I saw him in Big Brother Hometowns, and I saw him in Paranoia. And all 3 of those times, he just gave me Hot Mess Express. And emphasis on the mess, but like I'm ready to see it. I think Stoner makes it pretty. Stoner usually, from what I've noticed, Stoner usually gets like cut at the merge, like first merge boot or like a couple rounds later. So I'm sensing that for him. But he seems very social. He seems very talkative, and he seems like he's not an under the radar player. So I could see him being middle of the road and then just like turning it up to a 1,000, not even a 100, like a 1,000. And I see Stoner getting himself voted out. Like I don't see like
Yes.
he's gonna get himself voted out. I don't see him winning. I see him going as far as he can, but he's going to get himself voted out.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, that is gonna happen. Sorry. Something else in the pod jocks. Stoner for me, he is either going to be one of the early outs or he's going to be a character. I've seen him play. I watched him play Trinities, and I know he struggled in that just because of the players. But I'm excited to see if he kind of does go crazy. I know Courtney's played with him and he went for it and was cracked. So I'm excited to see if he does give off that crack energy this season. He's kind of a wild card again for me, only because of the cast. I don't know how he's going to do with the cast, if that makes any sense at all.
Mhm.
It does.
Yeah.
I know. Well, him and Nick played Paranoia, but they weren't on the same tribe when Nick got voted out. So at least they don't have any history. So it'll be a new thing for them.
Sean, any thoughts on Stoner?
The fact that he's actually a stoner, iconic.
All right.
At least am I lagging again?
You just did there a little bit for a second.
You're good. You're good.
I said in this club.
We stand stoners in this club. Great.
Ali,
Also, can we
sorry.
can we just appreciate how light it's now gotten?
Yes.
It's fully turned.
Ali, is this next person wearing a pink shirt, correct? Is that the correct picture we have for them?
Hold on. I forgot my notes. Yes.
Okay. I just know we had a picture, but
Yeah.
alrighty, here we go. So the next cast member of Triumph Season 2. 3, 2, 1, go. This is Aston with a Y. I don't know how to say Aston's last name either. So, but Aston.
Yeah. So Aston has just recently come out as non-binary. They use they them pronouns. They have been in the community for a while now, and I'm quite excited to see them play. When I was interviewing them, they were so endearing, and I think what made me fall in love with them was how passionate they are for orgs. Like they want to play orgs and like they enjoy it. And also, fun fact, they recently just won their first endurance comp when they have, I believe it's cystic fibrosis.
Yeah.
I believe that's what they have. They have something that when it comes to a endurance challenge, like when they told me that, I was like, you should be so proud of yourself, because especially with like having to deal with that, like I know how those kind of muscular like conditions will screw a person when it comes to these sort of games. I am rooting for them. They historically don't do well in orgs, but I am hoping that this is not the case, and they do actually well this season.
And I just want to point out, they did share today that they are currently in the final 2 of an org they're playing in their final tribal council.
Yes.
This Saturday. So, hoping that they win. I don't know how well Aston normally does in orgs. but they are in the final two of an org they're playing. So, you know, it can be done. I don't know much about Aston or their history. I think Aston is a person who, like Ollie said, is very passionate and cares a lot about this. I think it might come off a little differently to other people, maybe at times. I don't know if other people are going to understand the love that they have for orgs. I think that they're going to get pre-merge as a boot, especially if it ever at any point comes to like maybe a physical strength thing in challenges. Because you know, like Ollie said, it doesn't seem like they have a good track record with challenges. But other prod members, Chris and Rory, spoke very highly of Aston and are very excited to see them play. So I am excited to see what they do, because again, this is another unknown for me. So I love seeing new people that I don't know.
I feel like I've heard about them. I don't know know them. I don't know anything about them, but I feel like I've heard about them or seen them in a cast reveal, but I probably didn't follow that game. But I think the passion that they're exuding about orgs is probably going to benefit them, because I think they're going to not be inactive. They're going to be an active player, and we all love active players. So if they can just kind of swoop in at the beginning and be active and kind of get their feet planted and then kind of go through the game and the pre-merge, like I don't even know how far they're going to go. If like they could go very far, they could not, but I just think they are probably going to have a really good social game, and it's just going to have to balance out between the physicality and the social. So I'm excited for Ashton.
I feel like for Ashton, it's either they get pre-merge or far. There's no in between. My early stages of me like being part of the org community, I had watched them play one of Matthew Papa's like older when he hosted like Torched. They made it pretty far in that, and then recently they just played Conflict and they got pre-merged. So like it's a with this cast, I don't know if they pre-merge. So I hope they do go far.
Alrighty.
Good for you, Aston. Period.
Any last comments on Aston? Want to put the next person?
Slay all day.
Alrighty. I think this is cast member number 12. I don't know where we're at now. We're getting into the thick of it. We're about 3/4 of the way done, y'all. This might be another familiar face for some of y'all. Here we go.
I knew it.
Miss Ali Hassan, our favorite Canadian. Who would like to speak about Ali first?
Sean.
Okay. So Ali, queen, icon, legend, a moment. Where do I start? She's a very bubbly person. I'm pretty sure she said that in her interview, that she's very bubbly, very giggly, you know, to be with. She has, I would say she has a great social game. I feel like she'd be part of the category of being underestimated, but highly underestimated. Do I see her winning the game? No. Do I see her making it far? Probably, because they love you, Ali, but I'm pretty sure half the cast will use you as a number. But other than that, like, Ali has a decent social game. I see her going far and then getting cut because they don't need her anymore.
Sorry.
Go.
Me. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued to see Ali play. I appreciated her enthusiasm, because when we were teasing this season, she was always kind of there, like liking stuff, and then she was one of the first people to send in an application, and I appreciated that. I'm intrigued to see how she plays. I know she can have a habit of playing with her friends. I did notice that kind of I know she has her friend group with like her, Mike, Kevin. I know Seb's now in there. And I think we try to mitigate as least amount of connections as possible. Obviously, we couldn't do that with Seb. So I'm intrigued to see if kind of she relies on Seb or if she does play her own game. And like that's not a like read on her. It's just from what I've seen, she does stick to like her friend group.
And Ali and Seb are on the same starting tribe. Spoiler alert. So gonna be interesting to see. Because Seb said he didn't want to play with friends, but Ali likes to play with friends. So we'll see how it works between the two of them.
I know Ali and Seb played CTC together, and Seb like wasn't trying to like take Ali, like what was working with Ali, but like I love Ali. I think she's so sweet. I think she's great, and I think she's a bubbly personality, and I think she definitely is. There's nothing bad to say about Ali. My only thing with Ali is Ali doesn't push to the limit. Like Ali kind of just like is there, and like has a strong social game, but like I don't see Ali being like the villain of the season. I don't see Ali like making like big moves like herself. So like I'm interested to see if she changes that, and she's a strategic person. I just don't know where that strategy will take her. I see Ali getting to the merge, but I don't see Ali making it like to the final, like final five, final four. I see Ali like getting cut like early merge, maybe not even like first or second juror. Like I just see that in Ali's future.
So
It is. She can make it to the end. There's that Pro Survivor where she almost won.
yeah, well, I was gonna say that as part of what I was gonna say, because like Ali is one of those people where like Ali as a human is just one of like the most pure souls I've ever met. Like she has no capability to be mean in any capacity whatsoever in life. So she, she does well socially because she's just such a nice girl. The downside to that, she has absolutely no perception of the game of Survivor. She has no idea what strategy is. Sometimes I worry, like, how does she even play these orgs? I don't even know if she knows like what a move is or what a good thing to do in a game of Survivor is. She has absolutely no strategy. But that being said, I almost voted for the girl to win a game. I was this close to voting for her to win a game at one point in Pro Survivor, because it was just like, she's good socially, and it's like, she can't piss you off. She has no capabilities to piss you off in the game. So that is something she has going for her. And that's
Ali, we love you. If you watch this back, we do love you.
Negative thing, I swear. It's just the org thing. I mean, yeah, not everyone can be a strategist, mastermind like me. But
or me.
I fully see Ali getting first boot in this cast. I've been saying it like to Prod from the get-go. Ali is my first boot prediction. And I say that because I have seen how Ali does in games where people don't know her. And other than Seb, she really doesn't have like connections or friends in this cast or people that know her. And she's not very good at challenges. I've seen her play before. She's not very good at challenges. She played Double Cross 9 as well, but was like one of the first boots ever. Like she was like the second boot or third boot or something, because like she took 2 hours on a puzzle that took everyone else 15 minutes or something crazy. And it was a cast that like, it wasn't her friends and it wasn't her friend group and it wasn't the people who knew her. So having that same kind of thing here where she doesn't have those pre-existing connections to rely on, I fully see like maybe her potentially costing her tribe the first challenge and then getting first boot from it. Prove me wrong, Ali. Please. But that's my prediction.
My one thing that I want to see Ali improve on is every game I either watch her play or play with her is the information she gets. I want her to hold it and use it at the right time and not just describe it to people. I think that's one of many downfalls of Ali's games is the fact that she can't hold information and she will just spew it out like it's nothing.
The reason she got out in BB Disney was because she had Jen, like her and Jen were, and Jen like couldn't, because Ali does play with her friends and like, and I think Ali just got evicted from a Big Brother Facebook game, but like she didn't know a lot of people. So I will say she made it to final 6 and got 6, but it is a Facebook game because we don't know. I mean, that could be different. But like this is Survivor. This is a triumph. This is triumph. This is probably, I don't know who's on Ali's tribe besides you said Seb, but like, I don't think Seb's gonna like stick his neck out for Ali if like they're like, oh, we want Ali to be voted out. Like, I feel like Seb would probably vote out Ali like in a heartbeat. So
Sure.
love you, Ali.
All right. Any last thoughts on Ali?
Prove us wrong.
No.
Alrighty. Next up, let me pull up their picture.
13 or 14, I forgot.
Oh God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 13.
Oh, I can't math.
This is lucky number 13. Again, another new person I don't know, so I think I have their picture right. I hope it's not the wrong picture. Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Anytime I say hello, I say it like the girl in that Vine when they pour the water bottle on her and she's like, hello. Anyway, here's our next cast member. I do believe I have the picture right. This is Jester. Who would like to talk about Jester?
Oh my
Sean
God.
would.
Y'all got Jester?
Jester.
We did, in fact. I think Ali, is that true? You got Jester too, or no? Did you get Jester, Ali? Who got Jester?
No, I posted in Broski,
Yeah.
and that is what got Jester aware of us.
Yep.
Sean, go first.
Okay, so Jester is probably my number one. I feel like Jester has this personality. One, I feel like he's gonna sing his way through the fucking end. He has a voice, and I think that's another strategy he uses in games where his singing capabilities, like Missy kind of in season 1 where she sang and people loved it. So I feel like if he does that in this game, people will love it and want to keep him because like they just love his voice. But also he has this social game where you don't want to cut him. Like I wouldn't say like an alley situation, but like an alley situation. But better. He's more mindful of the perception of the game. Did I just cut out?
No,
Hello?
we hear you. We hear you.
No, we hear you.
Rose. But yeah, I think he is more smarter in ways of seeing things in the light than other people are. I don't want to throw shade at anyone, but I think we all know who I'm talking about. Love you, person. But okay, I'm gonna. Yeah, Marcelo, you can go now.
Yeah. I know Jester from the mini community. I played games with Jester. And I like Jester's playstyle. He's a loyal person and I feel he's loyal until you prove him otherwise. So I'm excited for Jester to play this game. I haven't seen Jester play an org, like I've just seen him play minis, but I know he's in the org community. So I'm excited to see also this. I'm sorry, Jester. Hello. This photo is a snap. Like snaps to that. This photo's a look. I'm excited to see Jester play. I feel like Jester's gonna be. Yes, Sean said that Jester can get like vocal and he can be like a loud like presence in the sense of like he will have his opinion heard. I feel like Jester's a quiet assassin. Like he's just gonna like he knows when to strike. Like he knows when to like keep. It's funny because we love Ali, but I feel like Ali getting information, Ali is gonna say it to other people. With Jester, I feel like Jester's gonna keep the information to himself and like use it at the perfect time. So I'm here for Jester. I'm here for Jester too. I'm here for a Jester Seb like alliance. Like give it to me. I'm worth it. Jester Seb and Hot Jackson. Like it's just gonna be one of those things where we're just gonna see like 3 people who you wouldn't expect to work together like take control. So I'm here for Jester.
Did we do whispering in season 1?
No.
No.
Wait, what do you mean whispering?
I want to
Like
see,
whispering a tribal?
yeah.
No, we didn't.
So I watched Justin play this game. I forgot what it was. Oh, Redacted. And I just want to see if Brian and Jester are in the same tribe. I just want to see Jester just spiel out fucking a whole different language talking to Brian and be like, this is what we're voting for. You need to do this in a whole different language. Because I feel like people need to express their identity. I also think it's strategy, using a whole different language to communicate with someone. And I kind of want to see that with Jester.
I do too.
He's done in a game. It worked really well for him.
Rip
And
Tulsi.
but yeah, that's my last input on Jester.
I will share. I don't know of Jester. Jester was another one of those people who during casting was put into the group of the crackheads. You know, just from like us, like from the rest of prod, like putting him in that category makes me excited because I love a game crackhead. But you know, like Sean said, it seems like people could not want to vote him out, even if he does at one point become crack-headed. I could see Jester getting 6th place.
I could too.
Just as a crackhead, I'm excited to see him play. I think I don't know. He's another wild card for me because I think if he goes full crackhead too early, I can see him getting pre-merge. Do you want to know who vibes he gives me?
Who?
He gives me Sean Dyro vibes.
Yeah.
Ollie, that's racist. I'm kidding.
No.
No, but in terms of like, I feel like how he described his gameplay is how Sean like described their own gameplay. So like, that's just my thought process. Still love him because I love Sean, so I will love Jester. No, it's not. Shut up. Oh. Right, you're cancelled. Go. Move on.
All right, last thoughts on Jester.
We love Jester.
All right.
Wait, Sean, is it? Let me put it in the chat so I don't say it and it's not the right one.
Mahal kita. Jester,
Mahal kita, yes. Mahal kita.
All righty. Next up, we have another person from across the pond, Mr. Sam William.
Can I go first?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I love Sam. Again, Sam was so me and Courtney were pushing for Sam to be on the cast. He was an alternate, and then unfortunately a queen dropped out and we had to replace them with Sam. I love Sam. He's such a mess, but in the best ways possible. I played with him in YouTube Survivor as well. It was him, myself, and Seb that were the final 3. So we had to make sure that him and Seb were taken away from each other because that would just be too much. But he did end up winning that game. Not for any merit of his own, but because the jury were bitter towards me. No shade. I've made the joke so many times to him. He knows that I will never let it go. But yeah, he can struggle. And he knows I say this with all the love in the world. I would be extremely shocked if he won or even made it like to the end game. I can see him potentially making merge, but I can see him kind of being one of the first merge boots. Just because his personality can get him into trouble. But I'm still rooting for Sam and I want him to do well.
I was gonna say, Ollie, I think Sam does make merge, but I think he gets one of the first couple merge boots. I give Sam 10th place. I think Sam would be able to like maneuver his way around a pre-merge pretty well. He's really active even if in different time zones. But yeah, I think Sam definitely struggles sometimes. I don't even know what it is because it's not even really that it's like the threat level's too big. Because I don't think it's like from what I've seen of him, it like he doesn't get voted out because people think he's too big a threat to win. I just think it gets to a point where it's like they think he's not as helpful enough as like other people are to their games. And that's kind of why he gets voted out. So I kind of hope like that's how he's able to fix it this time around, is like make people like value him more as an ally, as a number. And maybe be like a little less chaotic, because I know he can get crazy at times. And I think that would do wonders for his game overall. But I do foresee him getting an early merge boot for that reason.
Me and Sam share a placement. We're both kings of Ponderosa in Cutthroat history, so love that for us. Love being the first member of the jury with Sam and Brian Spencer and Michael Hearn and a lot of iconic people in that group. Anyway, how I view Sam, I don't know Sam that well. I just know him from Cutthroat, and I also know him from being friends with Courtney. And I've seen him, I think he did something else. I'm not sure. I saw him in another game. But Sam is someone that I'm excited to see him play this game, because I'm excited to see him with people that I don't think he knows well. And I don't think he plays with people he doesn't know at all, like sometimes, or I guess. So I'm excited to see what his vibe is with everyone and who's on his tribe, because he's across the pond, but I feel like he's someone who knows how to time management himself and like know when to talk to the right people at the right time. So I see him making merge. I don't see him making it all the way to the end. I see him getting like 9th place or 10th place. Like he's gonna get cut at some point, because people are like, I don't know where your head is at. I don't know where you stand. So you might be someone that we need to take out.
Yep. Yeah, and I feel like Sam's gonna always be a person where it's like the consensus is gonna be that it's an easy vote that round kind of thing. And I just want to give input for Sean, because Sean said they had to go pee really fast. But Sean said, love Sam and I want him to do well. This cast might be a strong fit where I don't see him finding his footing at times. So yeah, he kind of like the same ideas as what we've all kind of saying. He might struggle finding his footing, but I think we're all looking forward to see what he does with that and with this cast.
Yeah, I will just quickly say with Sam, I do think, because we've unintentionally put a lot of the internationals amongst each other, he could do well, because he'll have Amanda who's in the same time zone. You've got Kelly who's in the similar time zone, and so's Marvin. And they're all on the same tribe. Yeah. So that could be an unintentional thing that I've only just clocked that we did.
Hey, it works out how it works out. We had to put people on tribes for different reasons, but yeah. Last thoughts on Sam. And I'm going to bring up this next person's picture and let you guys start talking and go pee while y'all are still talking about this next person. I feel like y'all are going to have a lot to say about this next person.
Oh, God.
I think it's one of my loves. I generally think it's one of my loves.
Alrighty, so this is cast member number 15. Another icon queen. Here we go. And I'm going to go pee.
Yes. I love Kendall. Okay, I'm going to start.
Yes, please.
Kendall was another person I recruited. I messaged her because I messaged her for season 1, and she was on a break. And then I messaged her again for this season, and she was like, yes, I'm going to play. I love Kendall with all my heart. Me and her, we played both of our first ever org together. And if anyone played 10 Gauge, they would know of T-Viver. Kendall, she plays so hard and she's so passionate. And it does bite her in the bum, but I don't care. She has got such a lovely personality and I'm so excited to see her play. I'm really rooting for her. I want her to do so well. And fun fact, I've fully seen her naked and she's going to hate me for revealing that.
Sean.
That sigh was such an amazing sigh because, like, I haven't seen Kendall play an org since I Love Money. And watching her play I Love Money, she was a firecracker. And I hope she brings that firecracker into the season because she will not take no for an answer. She will say what she speaks. She will say
That made sense. I heard you. She will say what she needs to say.
what she say. And she will make it known. My
Yeah,
only thing
she will. Like,
people could take it.
oh, has he gone? Has he died?
What?
No, I just keep.
You're outside.
I don't interrupt.
Sean, I can hear you. Go ahead.
No, I just saying I don't the way like if she talks and says what she needs to say, I feel like people could take it in a different direction where she could get targeted for it. And it's happened before. I've watched it happen and I Love Money. And yeah, but I really hope she makes it far. I want to see Kendall win, but in this season, the likeliness of that happening is that like a 45%.
I'm excited to see Kendall play this game. I know of Kendall. I've never seen her. The last game I saw her play, we don't speak about it, but she seems like such a light, and she seems like someone who very much has a knowledge of where she can place herself in this game. I can see her going very far in this game and kind of just taking the reins, and like I would love like her and Jester give me similar energy where they're both very smart and very technical. So I'm very interested to see if she can use her strategy to like further herself in the game. It's this cast, I'm actually like super excited and like proud of like y'all because this cast is so like different. Like it's not the same people. It's very much like I don't notice connections that like they're like if anything two people who like know each other like super well, but like I think Kendall is going to be someone who will fit right in, and it's just a matter of dodging different types of situations, and I think she's capable and eligible of doing that. So I'm very excited for Kendall. I think Kendall could go.
I don't know if everyone
yeah.
else spoke. Oh,
No,
No, go ahead. We all spoke. So
okay. I've known Kendall for a long time from the very beginnings of my org career. We love Kendall bringing the Utah, Chick-fil-A worker LGBT energy. Kendall gives me like a bajillion different vibes at once. I don't know what to make of this fucking girl. I can never tell if I'm like attracted to her or like completely put off by her. Like it's one or the other, and I can't figure out which one it is. So she's an interesting person. She's an interesting character. I see her getting pre-merge. I see her getting maybe like swap fucked, honestly, because she is kind of like outspoken in the sense where like if she gets accidentally swapped into a minority position or even gets swapped to people from her OG tribe that maybe didn't like her personality type, I think it'd be very easy for other people to like get on board to want to vote her out. And I'm not going to reveal, I don't know how much we're going to reveal to the VL and stuff, but I'm not going to reveal to Shauna Marcello exactly when the swap is happening. But it is confirmed there is a swap happening. And I think that that's when Kendall's going to get got. I think she's going to get swap fucked. But I think she's going to be fun to watch. And I hope she doesn't get swap fucked because I'd like to see her go further in a game than what I've seen her do before.
she's giving me like, I hate that we're saying like giving me like season one people vibes. Like she's giving me Courtney vibes. Like she's giving me like, because Courtney was safe the entire pre-merge. Like Courtney was never going home. Courtney was very much like such a key prominent player in the pre-merge and then became prominent in the merge. And like I could see that if Kendall doesn't get sniped in the pre-merge, like she's going all the way. Like I feel that. So good on you, Kendall. Give the Alphabet Mafia a shout out when you can, Kendall.
Last thoughts on Kendall?
I love her.
I love all the women on our cast, honestly.
There's a photo in that blurry photo that Chris just posted where I'm like, is that who I think it is? And I'm I hope it is.
Well, we have 3 people left, so let's see if that
Yes.
is one of those people.
Wait, which one?
The female.
We shall see. We shall see. Next up, we don't have a female. But next up, we do have CJ. This is CJ Perry. CJ, from our knowledge, is more of a Facebook orger. CJ is a trucker. So I think that's gonna do very well for him socially. I think like people who are in that kind of field, like even though they're alone all the time, I feel like they like can get along with any type of person kind of thing. I listened to CJ's interview and I'm personally very excited for him. He seemed like a really good personality, like a really sweet human. I don't know how well he's gonna do in this cast and with the other people on this cast. Like I feel like it could go either way. He could do really well with this cast and make it pretty far in this game, or he could get like pre-merge based on his interview. But I'm really excited to see him play because he's new to me. He seems new to Skype orgs. He seems new to like most of the people on this cast, except for maybe Jester. I think you guys mentioned like Broski.
Yeah.
I think CJ just played Broski. I don't know if that's gonna matter at all. I don't know what the connection there is because I don't follow that game. But yeah, so CJ applied from seeing the post in Broski, and like I know he just played with Tyler, who played season 1. I don't know if they got on well, but yeah, that's pretty much what I got on CJ. I'm really looking forward to see him play. He's gonna, yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting.
Sorry, babe. I am aware that he did ask Tyler about Triumph, and as love Tyler because apparently he had nothing but good things to say.
Tyler.
I just loved CJ's enthusiasm. Like you could tell that he wanted to play, and you could tell that he did, like there was a passion, which I appreciated. I think same with what kind of echoed what Meg said. I'm not sure how well he's gonna do. There is a chance he could struggle, but I do also think if he lets his enthusiasm show, I think that will be infectious for people. I think he might have an uphill battle, but if he grinds, I think he'll do well. And I hope he does well.
I know nothing about CJ. I just know he just played Fans versus Favorites Survivor Super Fans and he got voted out, or like 3rd or 4th. Boo. I literally know nothing about him. I hope him and Jesus, aka Stevie Tyler, aka Aerosmith host, singer, get to become the dynamic duo that we never knew we needed. So
Honestly, Marcelo, I didn't even think about that before, but I kind of ship it now. I kind of stand that. I do want to see a Stevie Tyler and CJ Perry duo. I feel like that would be really fun to watch.
like I want them to call themselves American Idol because Steven Tyler was an American Idol judge and Katy Perry was an American Idol judge. So Stevie Tyler and CJ Perry, please.
I kind of stand that duo. I want to see it happen. Sean, any thoughts on CJ?
Thank you, next.
Oh,
Alrighty.
okay.
Okay. I don't know. We might have to dig deep into that later when we're
What's
not
the
recording.
tea? Yeah, we're not.
Yeah, what's the tea with Marcelo G?
Yeah, that's gonna be a new episode.
Alrighty. So this is our 17th cast member, our second to last cast member. Share screen. Alrighty. Our 17th cast member of Triumph is Derek McMullen. Who would like to talk about Derek?
I'm sorry, who is this?
So Derek is, I know Derek from playing Cutthroat. He played Cutthroat and also just played Cutthroat All-Stars. He's also in a relationship with Zach Brown, and they live together.
Did he play Paranoia?
I don't know. What?
Paranoia 3? I don't know, maybe not.
I'm not sure.
He played Perception.
He played what?
He played Perception.
Perception.
I feel like I've seen him before. That's why I was like, who is this? Anyway, go on, Megan.
Yeah, I think Derek has the ability to be a great player as well. He's another one of those kind of like really well-rounded people, I think, with the strategy and the social. I think he's one of those personalities where people will like him. I think he also struggles with activity level, but I think it's just gonna depend for him in the season on the activity level. But I think if he's around, I think he's, likely to be able to make the merge. I think he's a little more quiet of a player, but that could actually be more of like a plus in a lot of games, especially like intense survivor games. I think he could be a little like underestimated, a little under the radar of a player. But yeah, I'm looking forward to watching Derek play because I know he played with Jeremy and in Cutthroat All Stars, and they were specifically in like the weird like Edge of Extinction kind of place together for a while, and they like were on the same kind of side of things. There's a lot of drama going on there, and Derek was very much like anti the person that I was anti as like a viewer and partner of Jeremy watching. So I just liked him from that because I was like, you have good vibes. I feel like you have good morals. I feel like you're a good person. You stood up for what you thought was right because there's some not good shit happening. And so that kind of gave me good vibes for Derek. So I'm looking forward to see him play. He could be a little more of like people like maybe forgettable, but not in a bad way, but just because he would be so good at being under the radar that people won't even think about him. Is kind of how I feel. Yeah.
I a perception, and from what I remember, I could be wrong. He's won a few comps, so, and that's why he got targeted. It was like a comp piece, so I feel like that's like a good and bad reason why he should get targeted, because obviously pre-merge you want to keep people who are good at challenges. So I feel like he'd be a good asset to his tribe. But at the same time, if he makes it to the merge and starts winning immunities back to back to back like Lamar did, you probably get targeted for it.
Marcelo?
I know nothing about this man, but I don't know. I just think he's probably. I really don't know. I think he could surprise me. I can't base my opinion off anything because I just don't know who he is. He good on ya for casting him because he's probably a strategic player. He looks strategic and he's someone I would talk to. So I don't have a basis off him, but from what y'all have said, I feel like he could genuinely be I don't know if he's gonna be like Jackson Lamar, but like he could be. I feel like he could either be like very late merge, pre-merge boot, or like an early merge boot, or maybe not. He just looks very. I don't know. He's a wild card right now for me. I don't know where to put him. So.
Yeah, I'm not sure where I'd give him placement wise either. I feel like I could give him third. I feel like I could give him eighth. I feel like I could put him at like 13th. Like I really don't know either with Derek.
I don't know why, but I get good vibes from Derek. It might just be because he's another person I am openly gonna flirt with, but you guys can see why I do prod. But from when I was listening to his video, like it seemed like he was going to be active. He's apparently really good, like in his first seasons. Like he's really good at making an all-star season. So clearly, like he must do something to like get him asked back.
Yeah.
So I can see him doing really well. I don't know why he is giving me like end game vibes. I think he could be a surprise winner. I think he has the stuff to make it to the end. And I think if he goes in with that kind of mindset that even Rocky had last season, I think I can see him doing very well. He is someone I'm going to root for, like from a viewer standpoint. And I'm just excited to see him play. And sorry, Zach Brown, if I flirt with your man. My personality is a flirt, so sorry about it.
You can flirt with Derek and I'll flirt with Zach Brown because I've had a little hallway crush on Zach Brown since the day I met him. I love that man.
Amazing.
Shout out to Zach Brown.
I'd flirt with a fucking brick wall if it looked good.
Oh my goodness. Last thoughts on Derek.
Can't wait to
Good
flirt.
luck. Is Zach Brown the one from Paranoia as well?
Yes.
Because he was like, oh, Zach Brown band.
No, I did not. That was not even close to happening. Sean, you were closer than Zach Brown was happening in that scenario. Alrighty. All of you that can't see the chat that are watching this, enjoy the vagueness. Let your minds wander. It is what you're thinking. We are finally down to our 18th and final cast member of Triumph, Sahara Scorched Land. We'll see if this is the person you thought it was, Sean Dyro.
It was.
Oh, it wasn't? Okay. I didn't know if you like told or said who it was. But anyway, then we'll see if anyone here knows this lovely lady. This is in fact our youngest cast member of this season at 19 years old. She is the only teenager on the cast. Everyone else, I believe, is 20 or 21 or older. And here we go. Our last cast member of Triumph is Miss Kennedy Kyoko. I think it's Kyoko?
Kyoko.
Kyoko. Kennedy.
Okay.
Y'all know Kennedy, don't we? Who wants to start?
Yeah, I'll start. I'm excited to see Kennedy play this game. I don't know what to expect from Kennedy. I saw her play the Hive, and she was very much like trying to make moves in that game. She got like 17th or something, so she was an early boot. But like, I could see Kennedy. I don't know. I feel like Kennedy is someone who is very much like a strong player and strongly worded, like not strongly worded, strong spoken. I don't know what the word is, but like she like is very. I feel like she knows what she wants and she gets what she wants. So like I could see Kennedy going far in this game. I'm actually like kind of happy to see Kennedy play this game, and I'm interested to see how far she goes. She just has like this mentality that I feel like she knows her worth and she knows how far she can get. So people are either going to vibe with that or they're not going to vibe with that. No. And it's going to be an interesting situation to see if Kennedy can like mitigate her threat level, because I feel like she's coming in with these people that she probably doesn't know. But I feel like it's going to be an interesting dynamic to see if Kennedy can make her way through the pre-merge. And if she makes her way to the merge, it's going to be a very strong performance from her. So I'm excited to see Kennedy.
I'm very excited to see Kennedy play. She is kind of the third YouTube Survivor contestant from my season. I've seen her play, and I've watched her grow even from like YouTube Survivor, which was like at the start of, was at the end of last year, so it's come up to a year now, and I've seen like her personality develop. I know recently she played on the same season as Brian. She played the same iSurvivor season as Brian, where she came third. She did make it to the end and received no votes. I know there's a few things with Kennedy right now with a specific friend group. I don't know the ins and outs of it. I'm intrigued to see how she's going to do with this cast. Production are aware that her and Seb are cordial, like they're not friends, but they're not like enemies, as far as we're aware.
Basically, neither of them said that they would quit the game if the other was in the game. So
yeah,
that's good. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure Kenny does, because I was not active when I got cast in Hotel Room Limit, and I was just bashing a certain player. Well, not bashing, but like I was just like, I don't like playing with minors. But she's another person that is a force to be reckoned with. Just like what I said with Kendall, she is someone that will say something if she needed to say. She will get her point across. I had a brain fart, so I don't remember what I was gonna say. Anyways, that's all.
Yeah, so for Kennedy, I've only really viewed her gameplay in 1984 before, in which she pretty much controlled the entire game and then got fourth place, I think it was. So Kennedy reminds me of me in my early org days before I grew and got better. Big moves, outspoken, villain personality, will control things, will have the numbers. Again, Kennedy could have some struggle with this cast. We've mentioned Kennedy and Seb possibly might not like each other. Kennedy and Nick possibly might not like each other. But other than that, everyone else, I think, will be mostly new to Kennedy. And I think the thing is with Kennedy is she's one of those that also does really well with new people. Kind of like me in orgs, I guess, in the past. When there's people that don't know her or haven't seen her play, I think she does well with them. So if she can get past the couple of hurdles that might come her way early in the game, I could see her doing very well. My prediction for Kennedy is that she gets either second boot or second place. There's no others. Kennedy, I don't think could win this game. I think she would create a bitter jury. But I think she would get taken, like go to the end or get to the end somehow or get taken there because of that fact. But I could also see her not being able to get in with the new people and maybe like falling detriment to things of her past and then also getting second boot. So my prediction for Kennedy is second boot or second place, one of those.
Yeah.
I feel
And I
like
also know that her and Ali aren't. Oh, sorry.
no, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I know with I know also her and Ali. I don't know whether they're friends or not, but I know that Kennedy was constantly targeting Ali for something in 1984, I believe.
Mhm.
So that's another X for her. But I'm still rooting for her. She's
I'm
never
rooting for
been
her
mean
too.
to me, so
She's also really
Yeah.
excited to play this game. I think she's really looking forward to it. And so, you know, I hope that she doesn't feel, I hope that she's able to do well enough that she doesn't end up feeling disappointed regardless of her placement. Because she is really excited and looking forward.
I just hope, like what Megan said is, I just hope like her past doesn't bite her in the ass, or like any rumors because of her past come up in the game and people use that to her against her. Because that's also like kind of shitty on how like our players should leave the game, is because something happened in the past. But I really hope she makes it far. I know she has the capability of doing that, but again, like Megan said, she could turn the jury bitter. I could lose.
Any last thoughts on Kennedy?
I'm excited to see her play.
Slay Kennedy. Okay. Well, with that, then that is our 18 cast members of Triumph Season 2. You know, Marcelo, Sean, this was your first time seeing the new cast. So do you guys have any final thoughts on what you think of this cast? What your thoughts are for this season? What you think might happen? You know, share any last thoughts about it all before.
I love it. I'm here for this cast. I thought you guys did a really good job. I'm excited to interview these people after they get voted out. Hopefully, there's some people I don't want to talk to early, but I'll do it because I said I'm going to do the next interviews. And I think that I'm excited to see what happens. I'm excited to see who are in tribes. I'm excited to see these challenges. I'm excited to see the drama. I'm excited to not be in this season's drama because last season was drama, but like we're here for it. And I'm excited to welcome someone to the Runners Up Club. I'm excited to welcome someone to the fourth place club with Sean. And like my advice for the people who aren't going to watch this until after the season is, if your best friend is in Final Four with you, take them to fire.
Sean, any final thoughts on the cast or the season?
Basically the same thing Marcelo said. I definitely agree with the fire. Should have voted with me. Anyway. But I honestly want I want to see more drama this season, because last season there wasn't many in-game drama.
Yeah.
And more honestly, like I want to see people flip-flop.
Yeah, stop sticking with your tribe. I want to see people flip to the other
Yeah.
side.
So
I think we
Yeah.
have a good cast for that. I do. I think we have an interesting cast that's going to be here to play, and they're going to be here to do crazy shit. I'm excited. Ali, anything else you want to say? You look like you need a nap.
I'm just trying to get the sun out of my eyes. I'm extremely excited for this cast. I think as a whole, all production members, like we did a really good job with casting, and I think all of us are very excited for this cast. And I'm just excited to see what they're going to bring and which one will triumph.
Alrighty, and with that, that is the cast assessment. Thank you everyone for being here tonight, and until next time.